November, but yet in the studio we have Doug Garland from Bear Notch Ski Touring, and we get to say that Bear Notch is open.
That is correct. It's open, and we've been grooming already. It's amazing.
Unbelievable. And so how are the conditions out there?
They're really good. I'd say it's a little bit better for classical at this point because the track's set nicely, and the skate lanes are still a little bit soft.
Yeah.
I'm assuming they set up a little bit overnight so they'd be a bit better. But mostly people were classical skiing yesterday, but they loved it. You know, right now probably about 8 kilometers we got out there. So, and it's 11 inches on the base and about 14 inches a little bit higher up.
And a nice little bonus for this weekend, it's free.
That's right, it's complimentary skiing because we're doing our 19th annual open house. And during the open house, we sell our season passes at reduced rates, used and new equipment. We got in a whole bunch of new Rossi equipment, so if people want to come up and check out what we got, they get the best price of the season on it during this weekend.
Terrific.
And the good news is they can go out and try it today. You know, they don't have to wonder.
Right.
And we always like people to try it before they buy it anyway, because you never know when you're being fitted inside the warming station or in the rental area, whether that boot's going to work as good the same when you actually get out there on the trails. So before they buy it, it's nice if they actually try it out.
Yep. So and you have a deal with this weekend that kids under 18 can get a free season's pass.
Anybody, any kid under 18, don't have to be a resident of New Hampshire, anywhere. They could drop off the moon and pick up a pass for 18 if they're 18 and under.
And that's great because then then it just makes it a little bit easier for mom and dad for buying their passes. But those are on sale too.
Yes, they are. And right now you can get a couple set up for $130 each. It's $135 for a single pass, $130 if you buy two.
Yeah.
And so for $260, the family can go out skiing for the season.
Yeah, that's unbelievable.
And it's a benefit that it's Small Business Saturday because we're about the smallest business in the valley. So come on up.
Well, there you go. That's great. And you're located just north of Attitash on the
3.7 miles.
3.7 miles
west of Attitash.
on the left-hand side.
That's right.
And so I guess it would be west, not north, as a matter of fact. And so very easy to find and a great location. I mean, you have so many great trails down there.
The property speaks for itself, the terrain. I mean, we could not have as nice a touring center if it wasn't for the actual real estate that we're running on. It runs up and down the Upper Saco River.
Yep.
We're located in what we consider the Upper Saco River Valley, which is just at the base of Crawford Notch. We tend to get a little bit more snow coming out of the notch, and it just makes the conditions unbelievably good.
Yeah. And usually, kind of Christmas week is the opening time, but being able to open up this time of year is great for the people who are up here this weekend. They're like, we can go to Bear Notch.
Oh yeah, yeah. And right now our conditions are better than we had last Christmas. I think we're skiing on 8 inches of snow last Christmas,
yeah.
And that gets you around okay. But this really groomed out exceptionally well. It covered up rocks and stumps and all those things. They just go away. It looks silky white and clean.
Well,
I like it.
That's terrific. Now you were just mentioning you have a whole bunch of new rental equipment.
Yes, the Rosignol's. We just got our order in just about a week ago, so we're hoping to move some of that. It's going to go either into our rental fleet or to somebody else's house.
See, there you go. Well, then you don't have to take care of it. It goes to somebody else's house. Well, that's awesome. And then I was looking on the website. I mean, you were open into April last year.
Yes. This could be an exceptionally long year because we didn't start that early last year, but
yeah.
we ran forever. I mean, it just kept going and going. So if we run to April this year, I can't remember, somebody figured out it cost them, I think, about 50 cents a day to go skiing up there because they skied just about every day of the season. They skied over 100 days. It's unbelievable.
Well, and that's one of the things about cross-country skiing, too, is, you just can kind of go out. If you want to go out for an hour,
that's right.
You go out for an hour.
And that's the reason, the best reason to buy a season pass, because then you don't mind, you don't invest in a day pass, and you don't feel like you've got to stay out there more than, like, say, an hour. You might go out for a half hour, just enough to stretch your legs, get some fresh air, or you might decide to spend the whole day. It's up to your option.
Yeah, and that's a great thing. So that is happening today, definitely, and tomorrow.
Yep. Well, it'll be open from 10 to 4 today and tomorrow. And then we'll see. I'm not sure we're going to stay open during midweek at this point, but
right.
We will see what happens on Monday.
Right, absolutely.
Yeah.
So, well, that's great. What else do you want to throw out about Bear Notch today?
Well, during the full season, I think the people that find Bear Notch, we work really hard to make something look really laid back.
Yeah.
And that's the important part. We're there to make memories for people.
Yeah.
And we really want to get you to our doorstep. Our favorite saying, of course, is, come on up and let us make a Bear Notch believer out of you.
Right.
And that's what we really work hard to do. We want you to come back, and we're going to make sure that we do everything in our power to make that happen.
And you also have, too, one of the nice things with Bear Notch is that you've got the trails that go through the woods spectacular, but you've also got some wide open spots, too.
Oh, yes, yep. Well, the trails go all the way from our location, which is 3.7 miles west of Attitash, to just about a half mile east of Attitash.
Yep.
So that particular one, you could do a 6-mile one-way ski. It involves a lot of hills at the beginning, but then you get into the flat open fields down by the fields of Attitash.
Yep.
Right across from our base station, we have the lower fields area that leads you out toward the Saco River. And that's what we consider a scenic and simple portion of our network. We can get a first-timer out to the Saco River. They'll never go by a house or anything else. They feel like it's just pristine, is all it is.
And that I remember doing, kind of almost doing loops around.
Yes,
and that was a lot of fun.
We have the Upper Saco River Frontage, which is essentially a loop that leads you up around and back down and into the fields. Or you can do the Lower River Frontage, which is very nice. It's built on top of a berm, and you're right beside the river. It's an audio-visual down by the river.
Yeah.
You know, it's nice to look all the time, but the sound of the river flowing in the water, it's very calming.
Absolutely. Well, it might make you need to go to the bathroom too. We won't discuss that. And that's that's one of the other things too with cross country skiing. So easy, you throw a backpack, picnic lunch in there, and go find one of those spots in the sun by the side of the river. And
it's beautiful out there.
And we've been watching some of the footage that we have here, and just it is spectacular down there. Absolutely spectacular.
The terrain is exceptional, and without it we wouldn't have anything. But my brother John does such a good job grooming. I don't know there's another area that can say they've had the same groomer for 19 years. And not outside of that, we actually cut the trails. So I'm guessing he pretty much knows every rock, stump, and bump is.
I bet.
And it shows. His grooming is fantastic.
Yep. Well, that's great. So definitely people want to check out the open house today, today and tomorrow. And what are the hours for that?
It's 10 to 4.
10 to 4, so swing on up there to Bartlett and get your free season's pass for the kids under 18.
And they don't have to purchase anything. You don't even have to purchase an adult pass. I want to make it clear that child pass there's no strings attached to it. You just come on up and you should bring a 1-by-1 picture. I guess that's the string that's attached to it.
That's it. So you can laminate it right there.
And we can laminate right there and send them on out. The kids love having a pass. So.
Oh, absolutely. And a great deal on the parents' passes and check out the equipment.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, thanks so much for coming down today. And I know we're going to be talking to you through the winter.
Oh, yes.
And if this is a harbinger of a winter of good skiing, it started off strong. So
yes, it did.
Good to see you. And definitely check out Bear Notch, and your website is?
www.bearnotchskitouring.com.
There you go. And we'll be back here in a minute on White Mountains Today.